Alright, so John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and this episode was actually spurred on because I recently saw Kuvings actually at a trade show, and they gave me some, in my opinion, harsh words about my recent test where I did a torture test on the ginger in the Kuvings Auto10 and the Nama J2. And you know, here's their points, which I believe are 100% valid, and I want to be straightforward and share them with you guys as well. So they said, John, every time we've juiced ginger, it never clogged on the Auto10. And I'm like, okay, I will give you that point that, you know, when I juice ginger and when I juice some other things off camera, I had the Auto10 clog. And then they said, also in the comments, there's people that said they did it. I'm like, all right, I admit that there's people in the comments that said they juiced uncut ginger in the Auto10 and it did not clog as well. And then they said, John, when you make a video and you prove it once, it only shows that it did it once. And I said, you're right, I admit that. The one time I happened to juice ginger on the video, it didn't perform in the video, and that's what I show you guys. I don't try to like make up stuff, I don't cut stuff, I just show it to you guys like it is, right? So because that happened, then I'm like, well, hey, I'm just gonna make a video for you guys out at home on camera using both of the Auto10 juicers I have, juicing an equivalent amount of ginger as I did in the last episode that I'll put down below, which is called the ginger torture test, and I specifically state in the title and say several times in the video, do not do this at home, right? I do not recommend you do this particular juicing task in the juicer at home. I shared with you in that video my best practices, which I will share with you guys again, so you can juice ginger successfully every single time. That being said, some people are like me and they don't read the instruction book and they just may try to throw in whole ginger, and depending on the juicer you buy, right? You buy a twin gear juicer such as the Green Star 5 or you buy the Santa 727, you throw a whole uncut ginger in there, it's not going to even hiccup at you. It's going to keep going. You throw ginger in any vertical juicer, it's likely to clog or jam, you know. Some vertical juicers, such as I showed in the other video in the Nama J2, right? It handled juicer a lot better than the Auto10, right? I expect this out of vertical juicers. The juicers, the way they work, they got to grind everything up, then send it out a right angle turn. And in virtually all, I've broken vertical juicers by juicing ginger that was not cut up good enough. That being said, once again, I try to be straightforward and tell it to you guys like it is. So in this case, I got out the Kuvings instruction manual that is included with the Auto10, and we're going to see how it says to prepare ginger. If it tells you to cut it like I do, or if it tells you to maybe prepare it like actually I am preparing it and dropping it in the machine. All right, so it's on page 13. It says root vegetables on here. Example, carrots, beets, ginger, turmeric, sweet potato, etc. Here are the specific instructions. Peel and cut the ingredients appropriately to fit inside hopper, right? All right, you could say this is appropriate because it will fit inside the hopper, right? And then it says, when juicing root vegetables with low water content, example, kohlrabi, quince, etc. And, quince, my personal opinion is that it is a fruit. It's not a root vegetable, so I don't know about that. But anyway, it says mix them with other ingredients that have high water content. So, I mean, I definitely would agree with that. When you mix high water content fruits with roots, it's going to help both of those ingredients juice a little bit better. That being said, it says peel and cut the ingredients to fit inside the hopper for, ginger and beets. Now, personally, I don't peel my ginger. I do not believe that if we did peel the ginger, it'd make any significant difference in juicing, because the issue with the juicing the ginger is the long fibrous strings that are inside the ginger, not on the outside. I'm not exactly sure why they say peel the different root vegetables. That's a lot of extra time, extra step. It also lowers nutrition, although peeling your vegetables, if they're conventionally grown, may be a good thing, because maybe you'd be getting rid of some additional pesticide or external contamination on the outside of the root vegetable. All right, so that's what they say. So they don't even tell you to cut the ginger up like I do. Maybe many of you guys may try to juice ginger like this, and I still don't recommend that. So what I recommend you guys do if you want to juice ginger, you're gonna have the ginger here, and you're gonna cut it against the grain. So the grain on the ginger runs up and down. Think like a tree, right? This is a tree, all the grains are running up and down, so we want to cut it against the grain. So we're going to take our knife, and we're going to slice it into nice little slices, into little discs, right? I'm going to say 1/4 inch, you could do 1/2 inch, but I'd say 1/4 inch. And here's the thing, I will also say that every time you buy produce, the quality will vary. This ginger, to me, tends to be a lot less fibrous than the ginger I juiced the first time. Right, the quality of the produce you buy is going to vary depending on where you buy it, where you live, how old it is, how long it has been sitting, if it's organic or not, the variety of the specific ginger. Right, you know, this ginger I believe is grown in China. It is a conventional ginger, whereas I believe the ginger I used last time was organic ginger, most likely grown in Peru. So, you know, they may have different growing practices, different harvesting practices. The ginger may be more fibrous during, you know, certain times of the year than not, if it's maybe water restricted versus not. So many different factors. But once again, I show you guys what actually happens to me when I juice these items in the juicer as it is. So in this episode, we're going to go ahead and just literally dump in exact amounts of ingredients. And we have 640 grams of ginger. This is not really, I didn't really cut it in as small pieces. I did just break off some of the large pieces. 640 grams here. And then we're going to put 640 grams here. Both Auto10s have 640 grams. Once again, I don't recommend doing this. I recommend you pre-cut it into little pieces like this and then load this in. Loading it like this, definitely not, you're very unlikely to have any issues. When we juice it whole like this, something could happen. But once again, I do tests that are called torture tests, right? I will be the first to say I break machines. You know, manufacturers send me their machines before they put them out to market so that I could try to break them. And when I try to break them, and sometimes I succeed, like I recently broke a product I can't talk about, you know, then the manufacturer could say, hey, John broke it like this, let's make it so John can't break it. And if I'm breaking it, right, then maybe one of you guys accidentally will break it because you'll just do what I did purposely. You might accidentally because you don't know the intricate workings of the machines or how they work. And you just might put in whole ginger because you read the instructions and it didn't really say to cut it into little bits. And then you have problems with your machine, right? My goal in all my videos is to show you guys what happens so you guys can make the best choice. And the other thing I will say is I encourage you guys, don't make your purchase selection after choosing the right juicer you want to buy based on my videos, based on watching one of my videos. I will say, success leaves clues. If you're interested in buying the J2, watch all my videos on the J2, or watch at least 5 videos or 10 videos where I compare them against other machines. You'll see the pros and the cons. You know, some juicers tend to fare better than other juicers, right? I also have a lot of experience that you guys don't get to see in the videos. You know, those may come out through some of the words that I speak in my videos, for example, but I can't prove to you my personal experience juicing for the last 29 years or selling juicers for the last 26 years and also having long established relationships with some of the manufacturers, including Kuvings, and knowing their past history on how they've treated me, how they've treated customers, as well as their past history on, you know, the engineering of their machines. And if I saw things that were maybe not the best in there, these really lead me indicators in my mind on how future machines will be. And this all comes across in my videos as well. And, you know, some of these things are things that you actually don't see. So that's what I'm going to say. Let's get out a stopwatch to time to see how well and how long these Kuvings Auto10 juicers will juice ginger this time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit start there. And we're going to turn both of these machines on 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, the other thing I want to say that's very important is that each of these machines, you know, may work a little bit different. There's, you know, although they're made on the same production line, sometimes they work a little bit different. And once again, you know, Your experience may vary depending on the machine you get. The machine that you get may work better or worse than the ones I get. It may get a similar or different result. Also depends on your produce. So there's several variables that could occur. Anyways, these guys are off to the races, and looks like they're juicing ginger just fine. Alright, as you guys can see, both of these Kuvings Auto10 juicers juices ginger in this instance without any issue, right? It took approximately 2 minutes for both machines to juice ginger, and they did not stop, jam, or clog even once. So that is impressive. Once again, I think the main difference was this time I used Chinese grown ginger, and these fibers are very soft compared to the fibers I used in the organic ginger previous. So actually, let's go ahead and just run a quick comparison to see how much each of these juicers made. All right, let's go ahead and compare the yields. Kuvings versus Kuvings. The silver Kuvings made about 525 milliliters of juice, and the black Kuvings made about a little bit over 500, maybe 505 milliliters of juice. So both these juicers juiced the ginger, but one made a little bit more than the other. All right, so there you guys have it. You guys learned the truth about can the Kuvings Auto10 juice ginger. And here's the thing, what it comes down to is that, once again, in my videos, I show you guys the real world results, what really happens in my videos. I'm not making anything up. When the machine does clog and jam in my videos, that actually is what happens. In this episode, I'm gonna air it. I'm showing you guys that the Kuvings Auto10 can juice ginger flawlessly in this specific instance. Now, I'm not going to claim that it's going to do the same for you, because if you, like me, will juice organic ginger, I have seen that organic ginger is a lot more fibrous, also depending on where your ginger is coming from. The Chinese ginger is quite softer, not as fibrous from what I've observed today, and so the quality of the ingredients change and can vary. So once again, your results will vary. And the other thing is, we saw putting even amounts. I weighed the ginger out. We put 640 grams of ginger in each machine. Even among the Kuvings Auto10 machines, sometimes there's a little bit of variance, right? Why did this machine make a little bit less than this machine? I don't exactly know why. And so, that's the thing. Some of the manufacturers out there, as they update their machines, they'll send me the latest production model because they've improved their machine over time. And that's what I always show with you guys. I show with you guys the latest machines that if you were to buy one today, that's what you could expect from the performance of those machines. If you're juicing Chinese ginger from the same farm and source that I juice today, I guarantee you guys, your results are going to be just like this. The Kuvings Auto10 did not stop even once. So I know those guys at Kuvings are quite happy about this, because I'll just show it like it is. I don't really care what happens. But of course, you want to look at all my other videos. I will say the Kuvings Auto10 is one of the best selling juicers, hopper style juicers on the market at this time in the United States. And once again, I show that each machine has their own sets of pros and cons in my video. And of course, if you guys want to buy the Kuvings Auto10, my name is John Kohler from Discount Juicers. I started my business so that you guys could save money and get the juicers at the lowest price, but also another part of my business was very important to do the education, to educate and compare and contrast and share with you guys the differences between the machines so you guys could make the appropriate choice for you. So if you guys want to buy the Auto10 Kuvings, make sure you guys use the coupon code DJ10 at kuvingsusa.com so you guys could get the lowest price. And of course, when you guys use that coupon code, not only will you save $70 off the Kuvings Auto10, Kuvings will share me a small commission so I can continue to make these videos for you guys to show you guys the truth about juicers and how they actually perform in a variety of conditions. So if you guys enjoyed this short format episode today, hey, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. More importantly, share this with other people that are considering buying the Kuvings Auto10 so that they could see how it performs on the ginger. Also, be sure to click the subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new upcoming episodes. I'll come out every 5 to 7 days. You never know where I'll show up or what you'll be learning on my YouTube channel or what new juicers I'll be comparing or unboxing for you. Make sure you click the little bell so you get notified as my new videos come out. And finally, be sure to check out past episodes. Past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 800 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys the truth about the different juicers and other appliances that will best extract the nutrients from fruits, vegetables, and other plant foods. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.